We continue now with our narration of L.W. deLaurance's The Master Key. Previously, we finished with exercise number 27, concentration applied to thinking, concluding with the following paragraph. This exercise in thinking is one that makes very great demands on your concentrative powers, but you will find that if you persevere with it, the constant practice will soon develop your thinking powers. In other words, your thought power and memory will grow, just as your muscle power will grow by steady and careful practice. Now, exercise number 28. Concentration applied to memory. Here's another excellent memory exercise which demands high concentrative effort. As the concentration, so the memory will tend to be. Read carefully a short sentence once only. Read it aloud, for this will in most cases help the memory. Now, see if you can write it down. Next, try a longer sentence and see if you can write it down. Now try to write both sentences. Gradually extend as you find your memory grow. You will get good results if you keep on. As a variation, read a sentence and mark it number 1. Then read a sentence in a totally different book and mark it number 2. Try now to write down sentence number 1. Other variations will suggest themselves to you. To succeed in this exercise will mean succeeding in concentration. For you cannot obtain results without great concentration. You must keep out of mind every thought but that on which you are engaged. Never give away in the least, even though some good idea comes into your mind. To give way is fatal to concentration. Do not be in despair if you make slow progress. Remember, you are fighting all of your past inattention. And that is not overcome in a week or so. Always make a point of reading each sentence aloud. Your ear is a valuable ally in the fight. This will not apply if you are deficient in auditory memory. See under mental imagery in part 4 for that. Also study lessons 23 and 24 in part 4. Exercise number 29. Concentration applied to bad habits. If you are a victim or slave to any bad habit, you can obtain great power over it by the following exercise in concentration. Lie down on your bed or couch and just shut your eyes and imagine yourself standing in front of you. Suppose, for example, you are a slave to drink. Imagine that you are talking to your imaginary self about the horribleness of drunkenness. Then imagine you are giving advice as to how to control this awful habit. Picture to him, that is yourself, the delights of sobriety contrasted with the degradation of drunkenness. Imagine you are trying to instill into him your own hatred and horror of drunkenness. Feel this horror, this hatred, until your whole mind and body thrills with the feeling. Then, at length, dismiss him by telling him that the habit will have no power over him anymore. And that you will help him to overcome it, and he will overcome it. If the concentration in this exercise is perfect, you will find growing up in you a hatred against the habit which enslaves you. Cases are on record where men addicted to drink have so talked to and admonished themselves in this manner that whiskey made them ill whenever they took it, and they were forced to give it up. Exercise number 30. Exercise in attention. hang your watch up on a nail on a level with your eye in a sitting posture. Now sit away from the watch a distance of from 3 to 4 feet, according as your eyesight is good. And now fix your gaze on the second hand and let your eye follow it in its travels around the minute center. Gaze for 5 minutes and think only of the second hand and its journey. This exercise will afford you an excellent test as to whether your concentrative powers are growing. When you first take up the exercise, the pointer will seem to travel at a very slow rate, and sometimes you will imagine it has stopped or is going to stop. But as your concentration develops, you will find that the pointer will seem to go around much quicker, until later it will seem to almost race around. Excuse me. Now, this is a capital exercise for any odd moments you do not know what to do with, such as when you are waiting for someone or waiting for your meals to be placed on the table. In cases like this, prop the watch up on the table or hold it in your hand away from you. Remember to keep perfectly still during this exercise. This is necessary. Exercise number 31, concentration in faith. If you are a believer, you will find faith an excellent means for developing concentration. Even should you not be a strong believer, you may, as a student of concentration, imagine yourself as addressing your petitions to the invisible forces of life. Many can assure you from personal experience that you will get results. If you doubt, read the history of any creed, and you will find that every creed gets results by faith. It is owing to this universality, It is owing to this universality that some ascribe the answering of prayer not to a spiritual agency, but is founded in unknown psychological laws. You can be pragmatic and choose according to your faith. We will suppose then that you have a desire that you wish fulfilled, or that you want special guidance in a difficulty. Concentrate your mind on this in the privacy of your own room and express your desire, making it perfectly clear and definite what you want. Have absolute faith shown in what you say. Have absolute faith shown in what way you can cooperate to have your desire fulfilled. Let me start that again, please. Excuse me. Have absolute faith shown in what way you can cooperate to have your desire fulfilled. Everything depends upon your faith definiteness. You must know what you want and believe that you will get it. You'll find that according to your ability to concentrate, believe, and state clearly your wants, that things will come your way in connection with the thing you desire. How they come cannot be told from a material standpoint, but thousands of people have found that they do come in answer to their petitions or their faith, and the author most certainly advises you to follow in their steps. Even should you not gain the thing you desire, you will greatly advance in concentration. And so indirectly you may gain the power to get yourself that which you have had faith in. Give 30 minutes to this exercise and remember to picture in your faith mind the thing you want. Always finishing up by picturing yourself in mind as really possessing the thing you have asked for. Sit perfectly still during this exercise. Close your eyes if you find it to be more helpful to do so. Exercise number 32. The final exercise in the section, in lesson 13, and in the chapter. Exercise number 32. Concentration applied to an object in life. Every man and woman desires to succeed in life. And the surest way to do this is to have an object in life. And to concentrate on that object daily with the faith and belief that you will gain it. The method advised here is as follows. Sit at ease in your room and think upon what you wish to be. Imagine you see your desired end, and then try to define, that is, make clear all the steps leading up to it. Then see your end achieved. Try to picture yourself the successful man or woman you wish to be. Imagine how you would act, how you would speak. Now go over the steps again and use auto-suggestion on yourself by repeating the following. Say, I can be this kind of man. I will be this man. I am this man. Nothing shall stop me from being a success. I know the steps I must take to reach my end, and I shall let nothing hinder my taking these steps. I believe I shall eventually reach my end in view. I shall. Say all of that aloud. After you have concentrated in this manner, try to follow and live out the character in your daily life. Make every effort, and you will find that if you do not actually reach what you are aiming for, you certainly will reach a much higher point or position than you would otherwise do. By following this above plan, you will be doing consciously what many successful people have done unconsciously. These people have always had an end in view. They have concentrated upon it with faith day and night. And they have said to themselves when faced with difficulties, I shall succeed. I believe I shall win. I shall let nothing keep me back. I shall attain my desired end. Read biography, and you will see that this is true of all really successful people. You will find it too that science and new developments in psychology is in agreement with the principles here laid down. You will find this a grand exercise in concentration. Give 1/2 hour to it at each sitting. A word of warning: do not let the exercise degenerate into mere daydreaming. Be in dead earnest all the time. In the next video, we will move to Chapter 16, Lesson 14, Scientific Concentration, Attention and Mental Discipline. Summary of Lesson 14, beginning with the following paragraph. This is a very difficult lesson, so difficult that no student can hope to master all of it without sincere study, but the attempt to master will have valuable results, and as you begin to make a little headway, it will have an important bearing on your future career. Continue in the next video.